Good morning. It's Sunday, September 20th, and Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg died on Friday of complications associated with pancreatic cancer, a disease which she had been fighting for many years. She lived much longer than most fighting that disease. And that is probably not unusual for a woman of her talent and her tenacity. She graduated from Columbia Law School with a degree from Harvard, I believe, since she became pregnant while she was at Harvard and had to switch to Columbia to finish her degree. And she finished first in her class. And she spent most of her legal life fighting for women's rights. And she was fighting for women's rights when it wasn't a popular cause. And she was in the legal profession when not a lot of women were in the legal profession. So she was a trailblazer. And I really don't want to do a eulogy because I'm not equipped to do this eulogy. But what I want to talk about now is President Trump and the most evil man in government, Mitch McConnell, and what they plan to do, which is nominate a Supreme Court justice and try to get him confirmed or her confirmed before the election. Now, if you remember when Merrick Garland was nominated for the court 9 months before an election, McConnell never bothered to vote on that. So there's a double standard out there. And in his own way, Trump has said no, he's not going to wait till after the election, even though RBG requested, her dying wish was that President Trump hold off with his nomination until after the election. But Trump is ignoring her request. So I ask you, what's the rush if you're so sure you're going to win? Why are you rushing the nomination? And of course, McConnell is going to try to push the Senate to confirm whomever the president elects to put forth. However, there are 2 senators right now who have spoken in opposition for that action. Senators Mitt Romney and Lisa Murkowski are expected to oppose the vote. Now, I know that Romney will fulfill his obligation or his promise. Murkowski, on the other hand, has been wishy-washy in several other votes where she has backed down from what she has said before. I can only hope that this time she sticks to her guns. I did a little checking, and what I found out is, on average, it takes about 71 days to get a nominee confirmed. So right now we're sitting at 45 days before Election Day. So this would be a real rush job. And let's hope that it takes more time. Let's hope that the person that's nominated isn't a slam dunk. Of course, I'm sure that no matter who Trump nominates, most of the Republican senators will consider that person a slam dunk. So that's wishful thinking on my part. It would be a wonderful thing if the person that's nominated has the credentials, the real credentials, to be a Supreme Court justice, not the credentials that the ultra-right want them to have. And then there are the personal issues that come to bear on this voting process. For instance, Susan Collins, who occasionally votes against the Republican causes, is up for re-election in Maine. And the state is turning somewhat Democratic. And so maybe in order to maintain her position in life as a senator, she will go along with the Republicans, not because she believes that that justice is the right one, but because she has her own personal interests at heart. And there are probably other Republicans in the same boat. They're going to vote a certain way, not because of the credentials of the nominee, but because of their own personal agenda. Well, there are several different stories going on in Congress. Now, Mike Lee in Utah, who was Mitt Romney's opposite senator, because he is really a staunch Republican. He has his own agenda because his brother is a Supreme Court justice in a lower court. He would like to have his brother nominated. So there are many things going on. Many things going on that really, in my mind, should have no bearing on who gets the nomination, other than the fact that they are a supreme legal mind. And they could be to the right or they could be to the left as long as they are going to be fair. And here's another frightening thought. Even though the election is 44 days away, the president will be in office until January. So he has roughly 6 weeks after Election Day in which he could try to force a justice through the Senate. He's still in office until January. So this thing is going to be a very interesting segment of our history. And believe me, this could affect this nation for years to come. Now, there is a possibility that it might only be a couple of years because if Biden wins and you got all these justices who are in their 70s and 80s, maybe he'll be able to appoint a couple of more liberal justices. But who knows? Who knows? An interesting thing, though, happened is that Tiffany Trump has spoken out with praise for Ruth Bader Ginsburg. She was very surprised in the friendship between Bader Ginsburg and Justice Scalia, because he was an arch conservative and she was an arch liberal. So I think that Ginsburg was a very unusual person in that she recognized the fact that there are many people that could disagree with her, but still had good intentions at heart. And they were doing what they thought was right, which is not what goes on nowadays in the Senate and Congress. So I leave you this morning with mixed emotions and hope for the best. But it will be an interesting 3 months in our lives. And who knows, by January we might even be outside in the fresh air. So I leave you with that, and I'll see you in the morning. Bye.